It's a delight to welcome you to yet another episode of NAFDAC and Your Health. On this program, we bring you the activities of NAFDAC at ensuring that the health of our nation is safeguarded. I am Okpejemi Urimolade. On today's episode of NAFDAC and Your Health, our main focus is NAFDAC's clampdown on peddlers of substandard and falsified drugs across the nation. We'll begin with the raid at the drug section of the popular Idumota market, Lagos Island, Lagos State, which was led by the NAFDAC DG, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye herself. And then we will move on to feature the raid of the drug section of the Bridge Head Market, Onitsha, in Anambra State, where quite alarming discoveries were made. As the agency is saddled with the responsibility of safeguarding the health of Nigerians, NAFDAC beams her searchlight around the country on a daily basis to fish out unscrupulous people whose quest to enrich themselves matter more to them than the health and safety of their fellow men. The agency's efforts unveil the gimmicks of these enemies of the nation who distribute and sell substandard and falsified NAFDAC-regulated products. These people employ every means they can to try to circumvent NAFDAC, employing various tactics to ply their illicit trade. However, they have always met their match in the unrelenting and ever-proactive NAFDAC. It was against this background that the drug section of the popular Idumota market on Lagos Island was recently besieged by a high-powered team of NAFDAC, led by the Director General herself. The team, with the backing of security personnel, was at the market following intelligence reports and long-term surveillance. The NAFDAC Director General had to address the people of the market to allay their fears and intimate them of the purpose of the agency's visit.
What does NAFDAC do? NAFDAC regulates drugs, food, chemicals, water. The aim of our regulation is so that you and I will feel better when we use medicine. When we take food, we feel confident. We will not be sick when we take food. When we take water, we will not have diarrhea. When children take medicine, they will not die because of medicine that doesn't have anything inside them. That is why we regulate. That's why we are here today in Idumota, to make sure that those that are selling medicines are properly registered or licensed. To make sure that what they are selling will make you and I better. So that's why we are here. We are here to make sure our people feel better when they use medicine, that the medicine will not kill them. Where you store the medicine is important. If the temperature is too high, if it is too hot, the medicine may degrade, may spoil, and what is meant to be done in your body will not be done. So we are here to regulate, to control. We are here to also make sure that there is no counterfeit. If a company is properly registered and somebody is counterfeiting them, the trade of that person will be spoiled. So it's public health, your health and myself, and also trade. And also our image in the world, the image of Nigeria. First thing is your health and my health. The second thing is to protect trade for those that are registered legally, so that people will not make a copy of bad copies of what they are doing, whether good or bad. Counterfeiting is illegal. So Idumota people, we are here to regulate, to control.
The raid of the shops where drugs are sold then followed with the NAFDAC DG herself taking the lead, supported by the agency's Director of Investigation and Enforcement, Pharmacist Shaba Mohammed.
Yes, who is the owner of this shop? I'm the owner. You are the owner of the shop?
Yes.
Okay.
So we came here and he claims that he has a service drug scheme certificate for the supplements. So okay. I told him that what we're going to do is to pick samples of each one of each.
Where is the service drug approval?
Yeah, so I told him to, if after everything, he can give me an invite. That I come over with it.
You're supposed to have a service drug approval in your shop.
Okay, so we have another office where every document is kept because of the chaotic nature of this.
Okay.
Yeah. So what he told me was that they were coming. They didn't tell us they were coming, which I would have prepared everything there.
Okay.
But they come, open it, they come check everything out, invite me, I come there. That's what I told you. So I have community service outside. My dad said yes, so he retired, just in the day. Do you understand? So it's just to build his legacy. And moreover, one thing is certain. If we don't come in and sanitize this service, who is going to do it? So we come in, infiltrate, and know how we get there and make things better. That's just the truth.
So you are sanitizing. Do you have service drug approval?
Yes, I do. I told them that they should wait. When they invite me, I get the license. That's why I said that right.
Yeah, that was good.
That's what I said.
But I said, for me to be convinced, I must pick sample of
Yeah,
each and every
yeah.
product
Which
here.
is done, which has
And
been done.
if it doesn't produce that, to come and evaporate everything.
Professor Mojisola Adeyeye further reiterated the essence of the raid, explaining why such efforts have to be made to control the drugs in circulation for purchase.
The essence of this operation is to protect you and I. The essence of this operation is to ensure that when we take medicine, that the medicine actually works. The essence is when a child is given medicine, that child doesn't die because there is nothing inside that medicine. The essence of this gathering is to control the selling of medicines. To control the selling of medicines. Who sells products? What products are they selling? Are these approved or not approved? We have over 5,000 shops in the country, open market. They're not supposed to be open. They're supposed to be in what is called coordinated wholesale center. And we're going to get there in Lagos. We're going to get there in Abia. We're going to get there in Onitsha. But before then, we have to control because our people matter to us. You and I matter. We're not just individuals that can be killed immediately because of bad medicine. And we have to be very, very sensitive about this. All of us must know that the medicine you use must make you well. If it's not making you well, call NAFDAC. Get a receipt from where you bought it, or get a sample of that medicine. We will track it. We will trace it. So this gathering is important for us as a country. It's important for us because medicines are supposed to make you better. If you have hypertension and you're supposed to be using medicine, that medicine is supposed to keep your blood pressure level. It's not supposed to kill you. But if it's bad medicine, it will kill you. If it is bad medicine, it will kill a child. And many people have died in this country because of bad medicine, but enough is enough. Enough is enough for us to allow ourselves to be killed and die prematurely.
The NAFDAC Director of Investigation and Enforcement, Pharmacist Shaba Mohammed, spoke about the process followed by the NAFDAC team in carrying out the raid.
We got all suspected violated products, put them on inventory, put them in the bags provided, label them according to the shops that we have worked on, issue invitation letter to the owners of those premises. Apart from the shops, on top of the shops, you have the warehouses where most of these products are stored. So some of them are distantly located, so they are identified, and the officers or the operatives go there, search them, and the items that will be removed are removed, and they are taken to the trucks that are provided, for taking them to the warehouses.
According to pharmacist Mohammed, the reason for the invitation of the owners of the raided shops is to continue with the investigation.
Invitation letter that we now commence, written police statements and any other things that follows, like sampling to the lab, like destruction of product and every other thing that follows, stem from the invitation and the inventory that you have taken.
The executives of the Traders Association also play a role in the process.
Since they are the executive of the market, they are actually involved so that they will guide, their members. They will also, give them, directives on what to do to cooperate with the team, and also take us to the individual lines.
We are screening this shop, and the owner of the shop is the head of the task force, and he claimed although verified by other task force members, that yesterday some people were trying to run out of the market with these cartons here. They're about 14 in number. So when the task force came along, they ran away and they couldn't apprehend them, but they were able to pick the products. And because they didn't have anywhere to put them because it was already late, he had to put them in his shops, in his own shop. So, and before I opened the shop, he explained. So I said, okay, since their products abandoned by whosoever they are, we have to pick them to NAFDAC office for more verification.
The program continues after this short break. Please don't go away.
NAFDAC wishes to sensitize the general public on the detrimental effect of alcohol consumption by underage. Underage drinking can result in psychosocial and health problems like poor academic performance, increase in crime rate, alcohol dependency, mental health disorder, cardiovascular problems, kidney and liver diseases, and even death. NAFDAC advises parents and guardians to stop the exposure of young people below 18 to alcohol by asking them to sell or purchase it. For more enlightenment on NAFDAC activities, watch NAFDAC and Your Health program every Monday 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. on TVC and every Tuesday 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on NTA. NAFDAC, safeguarding the health of the nation.
Welcome back. You're still watching NAFDAC in Your Health. It will be recalled that NAFDAC some time ago swooped on open market drug sellers in Kano, and through her collaboration with the state government and relevant stakeholders, a central market where dealers in pharmaceutical products can operate from, known as Coordinated Wholesale Center, was established. The center, which was the first of its kind to be established in Nigeria, is believed to be a safe haven for pharmaceutical products.
What we do every day is to ensure that the drugs that you buy are of quality. We have gadgets that we identify drugs that are counterfeited, that are fake or falsified. We should be very happy today. We should be very happy that the medicines that we're going to be using in Kano are medicines that are supposed to make us better. Kano has become a model for Onitsha, for Lagos, and for Abia.
The recent massive raid of the Idumota open drug market was premised on this trajectory. The massive raid of peddlers of substandard and falsified drugs and other NAFDAC-regulated products is not just a Lagos state affair. It's taking place simultaneously across the nation. In Onitsha, Anambra State, Southeast Zone, NAFDAC also recently clamped down on the bridgehead market, where trading in substandard and falsified drugs seemed to have been ingrained in the system. According to the Southeast Zonal Director of NAFDAC, Dr. Martins Iluyomade, who led the NAFDAC team on the raid on the large market was a result of intelligence and months of surveillance.
Well, as you can see, the very first shop we opened here, you can see this with me. This is how people buy. This is to buy medicines. You can see the nylon. They buy it like this, and then get empty packs like this and put it inside. You can see this pack. It is already labeled. The diazepam tablets with manufacture date already and expiry date already stamped on an empty sealed container, waiting for this kind of products to be put inside and be sold to unsuspecting members of the public. This is disheartening. This is because we cannot guarantee what's inside here. That will not be labeled as diazepam. I can imagine somebody buying this and thinking they have bought diazepam, and then we'll talk about treatment failures. I will talk about medicines not working. These are part of the major problems.
This is another one.
This line, Royal 225 Tramadol. This tapentadol that is here. In fact, you can see that these things came in through the airport. You can see the AWB number is still there. This whole shop is full of tramadol. 225. Bam. This whole shop.
A shocking occurrence during the raid was the case of one of the traders who tried to induce the NAFDAC officials with cash packed in polythene bags. The money, valued at over 3 million naira, was collected as exhibit while the trader was arrested. This obviously sends a warning to other culpable traders yet to be caught that it is better to desist from the criminal act before they are found out, as NAFDAC staff cannot be induced. In a similar vein, in the southeast, precisely at Umumeje village, Osisioma Ngwa local government area in Abia state, a very big premises containing a 2-story building and an adjoining 1-story building used as warehouse where expired and unapproved drugs are stacked in large quantities was recently busted. Every room in the building was filled with cartons of various kinds of expired and counterfeit drugs, and there are sections where the fake products were being revalidated. The enforcement team of NAFDAC, backed by armed security personnel, besieged the premises and evacuated the substandard and falsified drugs, and the premises has been sealed. Another depot of illegal drugs cartels was equally discovered at 269 Fox Road in Abia. According to intelligence, the entire building was used for the legal business, and this was found out to be true when the NAFDAC team opened the shops. There were indications that the drug merchants had started evacuating the illegal drugs after they had gotten wind of the massive raid being carried out by the agency in Abia. Stacks of the fake, expired and unregistered drugs were still found in different sections of the building used as warehouses. It was also discovered that the labels of the products had been tampered with, indicating revalidation of the products. That's our package on this edition of the program. Do join us next week for another informative package. We're always ready to have your comments, complaints, reports, and observations on fake food products, drugs, cosmetics, and other NAFDAC-regulated products.
You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email NAFDAC at nafdac.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email reforms@nafdac.gov.ng or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. NAFDAC, customer focused, agency minded.
Importing, producing, advertising, distributing, and selling of adulterated, unapproved, or expired food products, drugs, cosmetics, water are all illegal. Join in the efforts to make Nigeria a healthy nation by reporting all activities that could lead to having unwholesome food products and fake drugs and expired cosmetics in your area. Make it a date with us next week on another episode of this program. Till then, stay safe.